so where are we now, Chris?
We are in the main building. Like I said, this is the building that houses our office area and some of the apparatus, as well as some smaller artifacts. What you see here is the Hale water tower. It was originally built in 1897. It was the second one that came off production with Hale. It remained was pulled by horses up until 1918 until it's motorized with a Christie tractor. And then again in 1938, it had this Purse tractor put underneath it, and it served the fire department. I think it fought its last fire in 1972.
Wow.
If I'm not correct on the date, it would be one more or one less. But
so what's really nice about this is a lot of fire departments, you will find that they gave their apparatus away to somebody, and they weren't able to get it back, to acquire it back, because it's in somebody else's museum. But what's nice about this is this was actually here, and now you still have it.
Correct. We still have what you see here, as well as throughout the city at other firehouses. We have other apparatus stored in them as well that could be renovated and restored.
Wow.
Memphis was a very innovative fire department, and throughout the years, as an apparatus reached its service age, they'd bring it in, rehab it, and keep it in service for many more years.
Wow. Well, that is great. Not only is that wonderful, I mean, that's frugal too.
Right.
So what, you have a collection up here of some helmets.
Correct. These are fire helmets from across the United States. It represents the different styles of helmets, the different makes of helmets, and how different departments, mark them for their use and everything. In the cabinet below, we have different types of breathing apparatus that's, progressed through the years. Some steel toys. Again, some helmets from different countries to show the difference and how we are versus them. Some nozzles, some lights, and some sirens.
For everyone out here, this is an interesting one. Where is this one from?
That is, I believe, from London Fire Brigade.
Wow, it's brass.
Yes.
Very nice. Very nice. So do the children, when they take the tours here, do they get to see all of this as well, or do they just get that education?
The tour actually starts right where we're standing, and they progress through the museum and around the apparatus and end up in the safety theater for their little videos and their little games that they play, and then they're taken out into the old building.
So about how long does each of their visits last, would you say?
An hour, 15 minutes.
Wow. Wow, that is wonderful. Okay, so here's another cabinet with some...
Right. Now this is all specific to Memphis. It shows some old badges and some old Class A uniform hats.
Wow, those are nice.
An old radio system, a helmet from the Salvage Patrol.
So what is the oldest item that you have in here, would you say?
Oh my goodness. As far as artifacts, we're currently going through our artifact room, and we found log books back to the mid-1800s.
Oh, wow.
That talk about the horses.
Now, how old is the Memphis Fire Department?
We were formed in 1860.
Wow, 1860. Now, for the boys and girls that may be watching this, can you share what this is?
This is the Hale water tower. It extends 60 feet in the air. It has a series of deck guns, water guns, for the younger ones. It can put out as much water as you can pump through it.
Wow.
Like I said, this was originally pulled by horses and modernized in 1918 and eventually into its current state as you see it now.
Do you have any pictures of this with horses?
Absolutely.
Oh, we're going to have to see that too. Now, I really like this. As an educator, I remember when I first came into this museum, this is one of the things that caught my eye. This is something actually that would be very easy for a fire department to do and not very costly as well. And that's just a really nice display. Just an idea for educators out there. And I like this too. This says up here, it says, I was a home smoke detector. My owner removed my battery. We both died in the same fire. Pretty effective message there. And the fact that, it's really important to have working smoke alarms. Tell me about this picture, this painting right here.
This was one of two paintings that was donated to the Fire Museum when it first opened. I'm not the actual artist is noted down there, and I'm not really fluent on their name. So.
Wow, this is really nice.
It's Diane Hoffman would be the artist. And it was painted specifically just for the Fire Museum.
Now, do you get a lot of firefighters that come through the museum?
We have firefighters. normally on Saturdays when I work, I get in a little notepad, and I'll write down the cities they're from, and we exchange patches with them. So we've had firefighters, they come in a lot on Elvis Week. I mean, different events draw the firefighters here, but we've had them from Australia, New Zealand, New York, Florida. I mean, they come from everywhere to here.
That is awesome.
And by me asking these questions, I've accidentally found some people from other fire museums visiting us as well.
Oh, really? Yeah. So these are some of the older type fire extinguishers. Would you like to share just real briefly what some of these are?
Correct. We have the old fire grenades that were spring loaded. When they reached a certain temperature, the spring would release and pierce the bottom of the grenade. And there's a diverter down there that as the water spilled out, it would, cause it to go in different directions.
Right.
We
how old, before you go on, how old would you say that is?
It's probably 1800s, early 1900s.
Okay, okay. What else do you have?
Our soda ash extinguishers and, just little small handheld pyrene extinguishers that you could pump and extinguish the fire.
All right. So, what is this?
This is an old log book from 1899.
Wow.
It's a record of fires, and it is a description of the company's runs, where they went, what equipment was used, how long they were out, and what type of building it was that was on fire.
Wow, that is really wonderful.
So you see, we kept records way back.
And records are really, really important.
They are, and I have a room full of them. I'm fortunate enough to have a room full of them upstairs.
Oh, wow.
It's amazing what we're finding.
That is really awesome. And also the pictures that you have on the wall too that's another great visual display for children to see and adults as well to see the different eras and what happened. Now this is a really interesting piece. Can you tell us?
This was a chief's desk that dates back to 1849. It was found in the basement of our current headquarters firehouse just before the museum opened. It didn't really need any restoration, just needed some cleaning up and some beautification, and here it is.
So again, how old is this?
It dates back to 1849.
Wow, hand carved, I'd imagine. Oh, wow.
I don't think they had machines that would do anything quite this pretty.
Wow, the chief had a really nice desk, didn't he?
And as well as this clock, this has been in the fire department since about 1857, 1859, and it has stayed in an office or in a training facility since.
Wow. Now, is this a monument or a sculpture?
This is a monument that we're not currently finished with. It's in tribute to the two firefighters that were killed on Father's Day, Lieutenant Trent Kirk and Private Charles Zachary, at the family dollar store. The firehouse that they worked out of had our Metal Arts Museum, bronze fire helmets and axes, and once this is done, it's going to be called For the Love of a Brother, and it's going to be a touching piece.
Wow. Very nice. All right, and what do we have here?
We have a 1926 American LaFrance pumper. We have its twin sister stored in another firehouse.
Oh,
Memphis
wow.
was big into these fire trucks during that era.
Oh, it's beautiful.
One thing I would like to say about the stuff in this museum, everything cranks, operates, and runs, including our 1910 steamer.
Now, a lot of museums can't say that, can they?
It just depends what condition they're found in. Our steamer, fortunately, was saved and was kept in running condition by the person that owned it. So when we received it back as a donation, it was not too hard to.
Wow, that's beautiful. Okay, let's talk about this room. And as you mentioned a little bit earlier, this is a room. It used to be the place where you would have birthday parties.
Correct. It was a birthday party room and a banquet room, whatever you want to call it. We decided to make a theater out of it. And as you see, the screen there is showing one of the videos. And like I said, we've got several that are age appropriate. They go from preschoolers up to adults. It tells you how and when to call 911 and how and when not to call 911.
And that's really nice because these days, kids it has to be interactive.
Right.
Or it has to be something that really grabs their attention.
As with most adults, you learn better by putting your hands on something
Right.
than you do
So
reading.
what is this? Go ahead and touch the screen. Let's see what it does.
This has video games. It has
Oh,
different
nice.
age groups, like I said, from young kids up to adults, and all it is just, you know, matching games. You have videos, and you have games. You have sorting games, matching games, and quizzes.
Wow, that is awesome. So these are some of the things too that you'll be able to evaluate. You'll have a mechanism to help
We'll
you
have
evaluate.
the games similar to this over there. Like I
Nice.
said, the quizzes, we'll ask questions, they'll answer it, and we'll be able to track their answers.
Oh, now tell me about this. This looks intriguing.
Well, it's just, you actually listen to just a simulated 911 call, and it's, you know, geared for the younger audience.
Nice. And
And
then
this-
what do you have over here? The different types of.
This shows how telephones have progressed through the years, you know, from your old style up to the rotary, to the push button, and to the cell phone. And it tells how each was able to notify 911. And it explains how, you know, current technology doesn't allow 911 to track cell phones, their locations and stuff. So you actually have to look for, and as part of the video, look for clues around you to be able to identify where you are so you can get the proper help there.
I bet a lot of children aren't familiar with these.
I'm sure some of them have never seen them, you're correct.
Oh, and there's Molly. We have Molly with us today. She's also taking the tour. And Penny. Hi, Penny. How are you?
Glad to have you.
Would you like to tell everyone what you do here at the museum?
Well, I think I probably do just about a little bit of everything. I'm the general manager.
Nice. Well, we appreciate you having us, and I know Molly appreciates you hanging out with her today.
I love having Molly here.
She loves being here too. So what do we have here?
We have a fully functioning call box. It actually tells the story of the call box on this board here, from the wooden rattle and bells and whistles up to the telegraph call boxes. What the children can do is come over here and pull this down and actually activate the call box, and it ticks out the number.
Nice.